Oh, I should have did my should have did my hair. Oh, jaw hurts. I probably need to turn this down. Hey Z Rod. Let's see who's here. Let's do that. Z Rod D1 Malik Young. Kiki all day, every day Jones. Melody Brown. Melodies from heaven rain down on me. Hey Tiffany. Hey K, I need to talk to you. Thank you, Kiki. I need to talk to you, Kay. And I can't find your email address. I need you to email me. Because I need to holler at you. Hey, Miss Jazz to you. Miss Jazz to you. Yeah, email me. Because I need to holler at you. Okay, one thing I do want to say before we get into this, let me go back because I do want to say the person's name correctly. So there was a YouTuber by the, I guess he went by the name of Etika, Etika, who they found his body. He committed suicide. So I guess like last week he must have been acting kind of strange online or whatever, and he is in the gaming community, so I didn't know who he was, but I had heard about this last week that, they were looking for him, and it was speculation that, some people thought that he had committed suicide. So they found his body. He did, in fact, commit suicide. And I don't think sometimes people realize, the how the things that, especially with the climate as it is on YouTube right now, I really don't think that people realize the stress that they put on other people. And if they realize it, I don't think that they care. Because sometimes I think that the subscribers don't feel like the content creators are real people and that we have feelings. Like someone asked a question on Instagram, like, how do you recharge? You know what I mean? Especially if you're in a situation where people are just constantly taking from you. How do you recharge yourself? Do you give until you're empty? And I've always told people, you never give until you're empty. It's okay to give, but you have to get to a point where you're like, you know what? I'm out. I'm tapped out. And I think this year I learned how to say no a lot more. I used to, people used to just, come in my messages and, ask me thousands of questions. And I gave a lot of information. I gave a lot of myself for free. And I stopped doing that because I started to notice that other people, they wasn't doing stuff for free. Like I went on this lady's, and I'm not trying to, beat this person, but I went on this lady's Instagram, and she makes these really pretty dolls, and I wanted to see like how much the dolls were, and the dolls were like super expensive. And then I look at my services and I'm like, I am cheap compared to some of these people out here. But sometimes you have to pull away from everything. You got to pull away from, sometimes you even have to pull away from your family, because your own family can be just as toxic as people online. And I'm not about to let some people that I ain't never met before in my real life cause me stress. I will blickety block y'all so quick, so fast, and in such a hurry. Because it just doesn't make any sense to, push yourself to a point where, you are hurting yourself. I don't know this young man. I don't know, the demons that he was fighting. I don't know, if he suffered from, any type of mental illness. I don't know his background. I don't know anything about him, so I don't want to speak on him. But I do, want to say that it just makes me feel so sad to know that somebody that young, didn't see another way out and they had to, commit suicide. It's just so sad to me. But people really feel like other people don't have feelings. You don't think about other people's feelings, or you just don't care about their feelings. Even people that you think like you, turns out they don't. So, it puts me, especially as a content creator, in this weird space where, I don't want people to feel like they can't get close to me, but I don't want you to get close to me. I don't. Because it's just too much going on, especially on YouTube right now. It just seems like there are no real people on YouTube. It's just not. I watched a video today um, where a woman, another YouTube creator, is trying to spin a narrative about Timothy Blaine that he had sex with his dog before his dog died. I really don't understand people. And we were just talking about that, the whole roasting and gagging thing. But this is beyond roasting and gagging. This is like you really out here trying to hurt somebody. I mean, because I guess people don't realize that Timothy Blaine's first dog, Jimmy, passed away. He had cancer. I had a dog that passed away from cancer. And I really did not think that I was going to, get another dog. It had been a minute before my son found Gizmo. Some things people say about people online, it's just unbelievable. It is just unbelievable. And you really have to be out here guarding, you have to be out here guarding your heart and your mind and your spirit for all of these crazy people on the internet. Because people will do shit to you and then try to spin a narrative to make you look bad. So what do you do? You know what I mean? How do you do that? How do you guard yourself from other people? What do you put up? Like I was telling the young lady when she asked that question, she was like, and then the thing about it, the young lady was like, I told her, I said, some people even come into my messages, don't even say, hey, how you doing on Motion or anything. They just go right into what's going on with them. Can you help me? Or my life is blah 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 blah. I'm doing the blah blah blah. Not hey, how you doing? Nothing. I have people. Oh, I watched one of your YouTube videos. One of your YouTube videos. But I need to know, can you help me because I'm about to lose my job and I need another job and I don't know what to do and all of this kind of stuff. And I just ignore, delete, block. I told her, I said, sometimes you just shut down. People that I know is different. You know, this group that I'm trying to build with you, with you guys is different. But just random people that I don't even know, nah, you shut down. It's after a certain time. I don't check my emails. I get on Instagram for fun. You know what I mean? I watch other YouTube channels outside of us because we are starting to get depressing. To watch a video where a woman is saying that, Timothy Blaine tried to have sex with his dog and killed his, I mean, making accusations that he killed his dog and all kind of stuff. It's just like, I don't believe that. Like, sometimes I'll be like, you know what? Let me just stay out of that shit because I don't want her crazy ass saying nothing about me. I really don't. But it's crazy. It is crazy. And I think it's more, it's like whatever, however the planets are aligned right now, it must be a whole lot of violent um, type energy because I have been, seeing a lot of not physical, but just verbal violence. And verbal can be just as bad as physical. You can hurt someone with your words just as much as you can hurt someone with your fists. Because the fist that will heal. Sometimes those words just continue to play in your mind. And you just have to, you have to guard yourself. You have to put up your force field. That's what I always say. When I go out, I always, put a little something on me when I go out because, I don't want to be bothered with people out in the world. And I put things on to keep people from bothering me. And I don't want to get to the point where I am like super hardcore and really screening people, that I deal with more harshly. And I know some people are probably like, well, why is she, so standoffish? You have to be standoffish in my position. You have to be because people only want to be your friends for a minute to get what they can get, and then as soon as they get mad at you they want to make videos about you and try to embarrass you and try to make you look bad. That's why I'm standoffish. That's why you maybe don't get, the type of interaction from me that you want, because I don't want somebody to use a conversation that we had and then come back and say, "Oh well, this is my receipt. This was she a scandalous ass person." I'm at a point now where I just feel like I can't trust nobody, nobody, and it's sad. It really is sad. And they say that a lot of people say one bad apple, one can spoil an entire barrel of apples because one bad apple can rot and start to deteriorate everything else in that barrel if you don't get it out. One, because it will start to rot and it will rot the one next to it. Then the one next to it will rot. Then you start to get gnats and all this kind of stuff. And the gnats will get on the other apples and they will start to rot. So then you got a whole barrel full of rotten apples. But you know one thing about me, and one thing I can say is I believe in the Orishas and I believe in my ancestors, and they will come forward and pick y'all asses out. Okay? They will get you. I have always said that the Orishas are not for everyone. And TJ is a classic example. When he made his video about me today, he said that the Orishas and the ancestors was not for him. And he was truly right. The Orishas knew that he wasn't no good, so they got his ass off this channel. And I'm so glad that I believe in my ancestors and my Orishas. And I know that when something happens, if don't nobody else have my back, I know they will. I know they will. Oh yeah, Kay. You ain't seen the video? You didn't see the video, Kay? Kay, how you missed that? How you missed that? I want you to see the thumbnail. That thumbnail, dog. How you missed that? Mm-hmm. But see, the thing about me and my Orishas, they gonna show me, and they had already showed me that something wasn't right. I knew something wasn't right. So, me being the person that I am, I just went and asked, hey, what's going on? And that's where it went. I'm telling you, if you are honoring your ancestors, if you are honoring your ancestors, if you are talking to your ancestors, they will reveal things to you. You don't have to say a word. No, a lot of these people that do like the beefs on YouTube, they don't have jobs. Like this young lady that is going after Timothy Blaine. No, she does not have a job. And Timothy Blaine is retired. Timothy is in his 60s. So I'm assuming that, he's retired or whatever. So no, he's not working. And some of these people do work, but some of these people can't work because they online all damn day. So no, they can't be working. Hey, baby. How's my girl? Malik Young said, yes, the ancestors don't play. They remove my ex-fiance's ass out of my life quick. Yeah, they sure will. They will get you good and together. And I'm like this. If the Orishas scoot you on out the door, that door locked. They put a bolt on that door. As a matter of fact, if they push you out the door, they gonna bolt that door closed and then they gonna open another door. Cause there's no way you can come back through there. You're not gonna come back. So they didn't put a bolt lock on that door. They just went on and opened a whole nother door. That's how they work. And to put in your video that you're not into the Orishas and you're not into your ancestors, you're going a totally different way, then yeah, you can't come back. Yeah, it's crazy. Like I'm disappointed too. I really am because I but the the crazy thing is they had told me a while ago. They kept showing me things. And I was like, no. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. But that's how people are though. That's how YouTube is. We don't know these people. We don't know these people from a gallon of paint. I don't know none of these folks. That's one reason why I be trying to Momo, let me call you back, okay? Can you can you can you go off for a minute? That's why I don't even really like my granddaughter on here, because I don't want nobody coming at her crazy, because that that would be the thing that would set me off. Y'all can get mad at me and make as many videos as you want. I don't care about that kind of stuff. Okay, I love you too, baby. Gizmo is over there on his little couch. I'm gonna call you as soon as I get off. Yeah, but I think in this case the Orishas are just like, they just want him to just move on. I don't I I don't want anything to happen to him. Just move on and let that be. That's my thing. I don't care. But it makes me look at people differently. You know what I mean? I look at folks just a little bit different now. Cause you was a whole fraud. A whole fraud. Oh, we did. We had a conversation via email, but that conversation was interesting. Very interesting. Kay, you didn't see my video earlier today, huh? I made a video earlier. You may want to go watch that one. It's short. It's kind of short. Malik Young said, I wanted to start a YouTube channel, but I'll stick to phone calls and emails now. My clients drive me crazy a lot of the times. I had to start ending services with people. Yeah, I just keep it, you know, I just be careful. And I just tell people, you have to be careful. You have to guard your energy and your everything, your mental health, everything. You should be guarding. You should be cleaning yourself off every day, especially if you work with other people if you work with other people in the public or anything where you come in contact with a whole lot of people. You should be cleaning you like in the service industry or something. You should be cleaning yourself off constantly anyway. Especially if you work in an industry where you are exchanging money and stuff and touching money and, touching people, because money holds a certain energy. Also, you should definitely be cleaning yourself off on a regular basis. I don't think sometimes people realize how important your mental and spiritual health is. Your mental and spiritual health is as important as your physical health. I mean, because you can be, a normal weight, not on any medication, not having any major health issues, but mentally, you can be off kilter. And that's going to throw off your entire body. When your mental health is not right, that will throw you off spiritually. It will throw off your whole entire body. When your physical body is not right, when if I'm in a arthritis flare, or anything, that can throw off my mental health, because then the hormones that are supposed to be regulating, they're out trying to fight your pain, and all of this kind of stuff. So it kind of leaves you in a vulnerable state where mentally you can go into a depression. A lot of people that are sick are depressed because their body is so busy trying to fight the disease, it doesn't have time to help the brain repair. So your brain just starts to go into that kind of shutdown mode, especially someone that, deals with chronic pain or something like that. If your brain is trying its best to turn off those pain sensors and they're not able to, it throws your body off. And people are so, like, I don't realize how mean people are until I really listen to people. Like, I was in Jay Wilson's chat last night, and this is crazy. This is so crazy. Every time I go into Jay Wilson's chat, it's like I damn near click on right when he about to talk about my ass. Right when he about to talk about me. So he gets mad at me because I made a video talking about his wig. Now, the entire time I was talking about the wig, I was talking about how funny his video was, how entertaining I find him, but he still hates me. And then he made a statement about age. And he said something about arthritis. And I don't know if he was trying to be funny or mean. But I don't understand how people make a joke out of a disease. I don't know if Jay Wilson thinks that only old people have arthritis, because that's kind of what he alluded to. But there are children. There is a such thing as juvenile arthritis. There are small children with arthritis. Arthritis does not discriminate. It is not a old people's disease. You do not get arthritis as a old person. Arthritis is a autoimmune disease. It is your own immune system fighting itself and your body. Not something that old people get because they're stiff and they're not moving around as much. And I just don't understand how people make jokes out of diseases. But if someone was to say something about HIV or AIDS, oh my fucking God, the whole LGBTQ community would be in a uproar. But people don't think about other people's feelings. Like, damn, I wish I could get it to people that we are humans. We are all humans. We all get hurt. Words hurt people. We are people. What you say affects other people. And I try my best not to hurt people's feelings. And if I do hurt your feelings, I try to come back and say, hey, I'm sorry. That's not how, I'm never out here just hurting people's feelings just to be hurting people's feelings. That ain't my get down. It never has been and it never will be. I'm not just out here trying to hurt people's feelings. And if I find out I hurt somebody's feelings, I try to apologize. Now I ain't gonna kiss your ass, but I try to apologize because I am that type of person. And that's how I want people to be that, are with me. If I can't apologize, then I can't expect you guys to apologize. I'm I'm the creator. This my channel. So you see certain things in me that I want you all to emulate. And if I hurt your feelings, I'm going to come and say, hey, I did not mean to hurt your feelings. That's not where I was going. Now, if I tell you something to help you and you get mad, that's your ass. That's how you perceive things. That don't have nothing to do with me. That's you. I said something to help you and you got mad. Then that's on you. That ain't on me. But then I have to realize that a lot of these millennials, a lot of these 20 somethings, they don't like to be told anything. And see, I'm in a totally different age group. I'm not a peer to y'all 20 somethings. I'm your elder. And I'm going to act like your elder. I'm not going to act like your peer because I'm not. Okay? So let's get that clear. And if I tell you something, I'm telling you to help you. I'm not telling you to hurt you. And if you can't take counsel from me or you don't want to listen to what I'm saying, then yeah, we don't have anything else to talk about. We don't. Because it's not like I'm going to tell you to go out here and jump off the Bay Bridge or something, because I know that's going to kill you. Then I would be a fool to tell you to do something like that. But I'm trying to tell you something to make you a better person and you get mad at me, then bye. Shit, kick the door down on your way out to make sure you can't come back in that sucker. Break the whole door down on your way out. Yeah, I'm not kissing nobody's ass. I don't care who it is. And if I feel like what I said was right, I'm going to stand by that. And if you get offended, oh well, we wasn't friends to begin with. We wasn't. Because something that trivial, you got to, run off and how can drop receipts and what is it with these people in receipts? I'm so sick of hearing that word. Do I have a receipt? This is a receipt. Okay? This is a receipt. A receipt is where you purchase something and they give you this to show that you paid for it. Calling somebody out or trying to prove that ain't no receipt. I'm so sick of people saying that dumb shit. Oh, I should pull out receipts. Pull out your receipts. I hope it's from Walmart or someplace else that I shop. But people, guard your mental health at all costs. When stuff happens to you, honey, go home, get your candle, light your candle, say your prayer, take your white bath, whatever you have to do to relax you, get your crystals. What are crystals? Get your crystals because before I go to bed tonight, I got some crystals in here, child. Oh, yeah, I always got crystals. Where's my quartz? I don't think I got one in here. Oh, I don't. Before I go to bed, I'm going to probably take my. Can you sit down? I'm gonna take my crystal, and I am going to just lay down and put my crystal on my third eye, and just lay there and just let it recharge me. Sometimes I will lay down, I will put crystals in, lay flat on my back. and put crystals in both hands, and you're in a, you're in a relaxed state because you're laying flat on your back, and put crystals in both hands, and then put a crystal on my third eye and just lay there. I usually will turn on my salt lamp, and mine had changes colors, and just let that go. Burn some essential oils. This is after I get out the bathtub. I probably should have said that part first. Take a nice bath or shower, whichever one you choose. You get out, put on some light color clothing. I've been wearing a lot of white lately, which is good for your spirit. And also, when you wear white, the Orishas recognize you. They know, hey, there go my girl right there. You don't always have to have on your leggings. You can, have on all white if want the Orishas to know. Oh, excuse me, I need some help. Put on your white. And I usually just lay there and allow the crystals to charge me, not only to charge me, to remove any energy that does not serve me. Because every day we are inundated with energy that we don't need. Okay? And if we're not releasing that energy back out into the universe, we carry that around with us. Like Erica Badu said, bag lady. That's what we become. We're constantly, filling these invisible bags of negativity, hurt, shame, body shaming, fat shaming, just everything. And we carry all of this stuff around because we're not used to releasing. You should be releasing every day, especially if you work outside your home. Every day you come home, you should be like, "Whoo, God, that was a day. Let me get this stuff off of me." Consciously telling yourself, "Let me get this off of me." Before I even, deal with my family, let me, whoo, whoo. You can have your Florida water, put your Florida water in your purse. And even before you go in your house, take, some Florida water and put it, on your forehead, the back of your neck, maybe a little bit on your hands before you go into your house. Because you don't even want to bring that negativity or that crazy energy into your home. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I have a tendency to tell my husband what's going on my YouTube channel. And I tell him the negative stuff. And he will tell me sometimes, like, why do you care? Forget that. My husband had to tell me today, sweetheart, you are way too happy. You are too much of a bubbly, busy, happy person to allow these people on the internet who are unhappy and probably come from, bad homes, who are used to fighting all the time. You are too happy of a person to allow that energy to attach itself to you. And if I get to the point where I feel like that energy, YouTube becomes too negative, I will stop doing it because I am too happy of a person. And right now, my me, what is going on in my life right now is too happy for me to take on a bunch of people that, I don't know how, you know, people have lived. Because, like I've told you guys before, I didn't grow up fighting. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't fight my mama. I, didn't grow up around my brothers and sisters. I wasn't beat on as a child. I've never been molested. I ain't had no bad childhood, you know? In my adulthood, I have had one failed marriage, which was kind of bad. But I moved on from that. So I have not had a bad life. I have had a very decent life. Thank God. So I ain't like some of y'all. that's then been molested, abused, and carrying all of this heavy weight of negativity. I don't carry that. I'm not carrying anything around with me. I try my best to every year make sure that I am going into the next year empty. I don't even want to bring a bag. I didn't bring a bag into 2019. Okay? I figured when I got here, I would get a bag. But I left every damn thing that did not serve me purpose in 2018. I stepped into this year empty and light. And that is how I plan on continuing this year. Okay? Because I got a horrible diagnosis at the end of 2018. That was when I found out I had psoriatic arthritis. And I said, you know what? 2019 is going to be the year that I'm not going to hold on to shit. If people bother me, I will cut your ass out of my life so fast, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Because with this disease, stress triggers flare ups. And there is no way in hell I will allow people that I do not know to put me in the hospital. I'm just not going to do it. Okay? Because I got way too many people that love me. My granddaughter, I'm, keeping her for the summer off and on. She'll be here tomorrow. And I'm not about to mess that up. I want my granddaughter to remember these times. Oh, I remember when I was 10 years old and I spent damn near the whole summer with my granny. Me and my granny had fun. I don't want her to come up and be like, oh, I remember my granny used to be fussing and cussing and carrying on all the time. Nah, that will never be my ministry or my legacy. It ain't gonna be. That will not be my legacy. I want people to be like, you know what, that Omo Shun lady, she gave me some tough love, but it was worth it. Okay? She didn't sugarcoat shit. She told me like it was, but it worked. That's, I think, the problem with a lot of these young people. Y'all want somebody to coddle you. You want somebody to hug you. You don't want nobody to tell you what's right and what's wrong. Well, then you got the wrong Omo Oshun, honey. You got Oshun messed up. Because the Orishas is definitely going to tell you when you wrong. The Orishas ain't going to let you be walking and wandering around here doing shit wrong. No. And I don't want you around me. If that's how you want to live your life, you want to do wrong, you don't want to be corrected, you don't want nobody to tell you, no, don't go that way, sweetheart. That if you go that way, you're going to get hurt. I done told you don't do that. And you want to do it anyway and then turn around and tell me, don't you tell me what to do. And as you're telling me, don't you tell me what to do, your ass is falling in the lake. And then I'm going to look at you and be like, see, I told you not to go that way, sweetheart. I was trying to keep you from getting wet. That's who I am. That's the person that I am. And I believe that's the person that some of y'all need. You don't need somebody that's going to always be telling you, oh, yeah, the yes man, the yes people. That ain't me. That's not me. You can tell people that everybody around them is telling them, oh, yeah, go on, look at Cardi B. Look at her. Everybody around her telling her, yeah, look at the trouble she in now. That ain't me. And that's never going to be me. I'm going to tell you what's right. And if you don't like it, bye bye. Bye. Yeah. Sometimes you need that tough love. You really do. You need, honey, let me tell you something. My mother, she was old school and country. And I'm glad she was. Okay? She kept me from getting into a whole lot of trouble. One night, I wanted to go to this basketball game with my friends real bad. And I think it was like the championship game. It was Mac and Castlemont. I wanted to go so bad. And I'm thinking it was at the Coliseum. It was somewhere. It was somewhere big. It was a championship game. It was the TOC, the Tournament of Champions. I wanted to go so bad. And I think I was like either in the ninth or 10th grade, probably like the ninth grade, I think. And my mom said, no, you're not going. Because, for one thing, everybody knew that when Castlemont and Mac got together, it was going to be a fight. It was always a fight after the game. So my mother was like, nah, you ain't going. You gonna stay, you gonna sit this one out. I was so mad. Do you hear me? I was steaming mad. And my mama don't care. Once she say no, it's no. Don't go in there bothering her. You can walk around the house looking as sad as you want. So the next, because I think that game was like on a Friday or whatever, and after the game, my friends was calling me, telling me what had happened at the game. It was a damn stampede. It made the news and everything. I get to school that Monday and people was talking about how they was getting trampled, trying to get out the way. People was fighting and everything. And honey, my mama saw that news. She looked at me like this. You know you crazy, right? Because if you had been there, you wouldn't know what to do. You probably would have got stepped on. See, I saved you. And my mother used to always say that you follow your first mind, you do right. She said Spirit had told her, don't let that child go out there. But see, some of y'all ain't had no good country mama or daddy. And you just out here blind. And when you get me, you don't know how to deal with it. But see, I had old good country mama that told me no. Many a times I was told no. You're not going and you're not doing. So I know how to deal with the word no. Some of y'all don't. And I'm going to tell you now, if you don't know how to deal with no, you better leave them ancestors and them Orishas alone. Because it ain't going to never work for you. Because trust me, they going to tell you no. They going to tell you no. Flat out. Flat out. That's right. Rejection is protection. Okay? Let me tell y'all this. I was at a bimbe, and a bimbe is an Orisha function. They're usually playing the drums. Usually the drums will make the person get possessed by an Orisha. Orisha will come down on a priest or whatever, and if that priest has been given ashe to speak, the Orisha can speak to you. So, I was with this guy at the time that, I was really thinking that was the one. Honey Oshun came down and she was like, two rams can't drink at the same water fountain. And I was kind of like, huh? Like, huh? Two rams can't drink at the same water fountain. That man is not for you. Flat out, that's not your man. That is not your mate. He will not be your husband. And you can take this however you want to. And I was dumbfounded. Dumbfounded that Oshun said that. And it was the truth. it was the truth. So if you can't take no, if you can't take correction, the Orishas and the ancestors ain't for you. And I got something else to say, but I'm a hold this. I'm a hold this till another time because this is a classic example of something that I spoke about before when it comes to the Orishas and ancestors. This situation with TJ is a classic example. Yeah. Oshun saw the she had already saw it. She saw it. The Orishas know your life. Oshun is my head Orisha. Oshun knew. She looked at me and knew. Nah, that ain't it, sister girl. I mean, just like a mother would tell you no, Oshun came to me. I mean, came right up in my face, too. Oh, there you are. Let me tell you this. Right in my face. Because I'm minding my own business and she came right to me. That's one thing about a Bimbe, though. When, honey, when them Orishas come through, I was at a Bimbe before and Elegua came through. Like, we were all dancing for the Orishas, and honey, the priest was mounted with Elegua, and they took him to the back and dressed him. Because sometimes they will take the priest to the back and put the dressing of that Orisha, the colors, the machete. When Allegua came back, you talking about damn near clearing a room, honey. People was back up against the wall. Cause when Allegua came back through there with that machete, because this Allegua did not have Ashe to speak. And honey, he was dancing and wielding that machete. My eyes was I'm we was back up against the wall. My eyes was like this. I didn't know whether to shit or go blind. And my best friend is a priestess of Oshanla. She knows how scary I am, and she, kind of looked back and she was like, "You okay? Stay there. You okay?" Cause I will run. You know, I just stayed, in the back with everybody else. And honey, the energy that that Elegua had, and the way he was yielding that machete and just cutting through everything, it just felt like everything in my life that wasn't supposed to be there was getting stripped off my body. I swear to God, when that man got finished dancing, I felt naked with my clothes on. It was one of the most powerful situations that I have ever been in. I think everybody in that room was sweating. It was the most powerful thing I have ever seen in my life. I have ever witnessed. I mean, anytime that an Orisha mounts a person and that person dances, for that Orisha, like if you ever see someone being mounted by Oshun and, she's doing the dance for Oshun and giggling, especially if she's like a sweet Oshun, and Oshun will come by and touch you and maybe kiss you, and they somebody is following her with the honey, and they may dip their hands in the honey and slide it across your lips or something, because Oshun knows her kids, and usually Oshun is extremely loving and, very nurturing. Even though, she passes her children off to Yemen Yah, she still wants her children to know that she loves you. And when someone is mounted by Oshun, is usually one of the most loving experiences. Like you can feel the love of Oshun when she is mounted. I just believe that everybody that is interested in this religion, I wish that you could all at least just attend one bimbe, one ceremony, just to feel that energy. Because I'm telling you, the drums alone will take you back to Africa. If this religion is really for you, when you hear the drums, you will hear the motherland. I mean, that's the only way that I can explain that. And the weird thing is when I was a child, when I was really young, we did this African dance performance. I was probably about 6 or 7 years old, and they, dressed us up in like African material. And one of the mothers of one of the kids that was like in the daycare that I attended, she taught us the African dance and stuff, and they had drummers there, playing the drums and stuff. That was the first time that I had been introduced to the African experience, and I felt it then, even as a child. So I knew that, oh Lord, we got somebody crazy. What is Muhammad doing, y'all? I felt that energy as a child. So I knew when I got to be an adult, I knew that um let me get rid of this person because this is getting on my nerves. Okay. Oh, I got rid of him because I don't feel like going through that. I knew as a small child, I knew then that something was going on. And then to feel it again as an adult, I just feel like if you really feel like this is the religion for you, I just feel like you should experience that. Listen to the drums. Like where I live in Berkeley, they always have on Saturdays and Sundays, they always have guys at the BART station in Berkeley playing the drums. And I every time I go, it's at the flea market. The flea market is at the BART station, so the guys are it's always got and sometimes women also out there playing the drums, and it is so beautiful. That is one thing that I said that I wanted to learn how to do. I really would love to play the drums, but me and my hands, y'all know these arthritis hands. I don't know how they gonna deal with playing the drums, but I would love to. Um, I really want. I want to own a drum. Like I want to buy a drum and at least have it in the here in the house. But I would love to learn how to play. Yeah, I think it's great to, I think connecting to a religion as an adult is totally different from connecting to a religion as a child, because as an adult you actually know what it is. You know what I mean? You know what this religion signifies. You have a deeper understanding of the religion. And I'm not saying that children are not part of this religion, because I do know some children who are baptized and receive their elekes and become priests very young in the religion, but normally their parents are priests also. And so, normally, if you have two parents that are priests or you have a parent that is a priest, usually when that child is born, it has already been spoken that the child will, become a priest, or the child will be washed into the religion because both parents are. That's why I really believe that I'm gonna go down believing that Beyonce is a priest and her kids are the Beiji, and she had those twins on purpose. I really believe that Beyonce had those twins on purpose. I think she had a little help having those twins. Because if you're rich, you can do that. You can go in and have a boy and girl twins. You can go in and have twins. They can implant two embryos. They have, you can select embryos now. So I really believe that that was what she wanted. She is a child of Oshun, and she wanted the Ibeji, which is a boy and girl twins. And they are born for luck. The Ibeji are supposed to bring you good luck. I just don't crochet as much. It does affect your, yes, it does affect your crocheting. I just don't crochet as much. And I had a period of time when I could not crochet at all when I was in that brace thing. The doctor was like, "Oh no, you're not doing anything. No crochet, no paint, no drawing, nothing." When I had that brace on my hand, but I have gone back to crocheting now since I had that steroid shot. Oh my God, it made a world of a difference. So I crochet now. I just don't crochet as much. I don't, allow my hands to get tired. Where I used to just sit down and crochet, and the time would pass, and before I know it, I'd been crocheting for 3 hours. No, I don't do that now. I crochet, maybe an hour or so. I put it down and go on to do something else, and then I may come back and do it. I just don't. I just don't push myself to. I don't let my hands get tired. Yeah, I do. I really do want to play the drums. Yes, I am still making juju babies. I do have a few. Uh, I think I only have two. Yeah, I only have two right now. But yeah, I am still making them. Hey, Moth Mama. She said, I'm going to bed. I just wanted to pop in and say hi. Okay, sweetie. Where we at? 30 more minutes. I'm trying to look. Now I said I'm trying to keep it under 2 hours. So 30, let me go 30 more minutes. And then that's it. Kay said yes, it's because the religion choose you based on what your heart desires fully. Yeah, that's part of it. That's part of it. It chooses you based on what your heart desires, and it chooses you based on what your true destiny is. You know what I mean? Like, not the destiny that you have conjured up for yourself, but your true destiny. Like, everybody has a purpose before we get here. We have already been assigned a purpose. It is for us to get here and fulfill that purpose. So the Orishas already know what our destiny, what our purpose is. And they are basically here to help us reach that. But we have to get to the realization that, okay, this is my purpose. Like, I had to understand that preaching, speaking, helping other people, therapy, counseling, that was my purpose. I've known that for a long time. And as soon as you realize what your purpose is, then the Orishas will step forward and be like, "You got it, girl. Come on, let's go get it." They're not going to push you into your purpose because that's not what they're for. You have to acknowledge what your purpose is, and then the Orishas will start to pave the way for you. But they want you to get it. They gonna just sit there and wait for you to get it. Just like they were sitting there waiting for me to come. And when I finally had my first reading, they were like, God, girl, we've been sitting at this table for the longest waiting on you. Finally. Okay, come on. Alegwa stood up and was like, let me cut the way. Let me start knocking some of these people out of her life so she can get to what she's supposed to do. It wasn't until I went to the mat and really realized who I was. The Orisha started cutting people out of my life. That's when I started to preach. I could never really get myself together like I was supposed to until I came to the mat and understood about my ancestors, understood who the Orishas were, and after I acknowledged them, Elegwa stood up with that machete and started cutting people, just mowing people out of my life. All that little crazy stuff that I was doing, drinking, smoking weed, acting crazy, all of that stuff stopped. Going to the clubs, all of those doors were closed. Basically permanently. They gave me the strength to stand flat. What y'all say, 10 toes down, preach my first sermon, be ordained as a minister. I attribute all that to the Orishas and the ancestors. Because if it had not been for them, I really don't think I would have did it. I would have still been stagnant, just out here roaming around. Well, not now, because I wouldn't still been out there drinking and carrying on probably. Nah, I wasn't going to be doing all that job. But yeah, I may not have been able to complete all of the things, that were part of my destiny. It was part of my destiny for me to preach, for me to be a minister, for me to experience all of that. And just because you experience these things don't mean you have to stay there. But there are certain things in your life that you have to complete. Like you can't leave here until you complete them. You gonna complete them, come hook or crook. You gonna complete them eventually. I can really say that the majority of things that were extremely important to me when I was young, like, when I was in my 20s, I had somewhat of, I don't want to call it a bucket list, but it was similar to a bucket list. It was things that I wanted to complete. I have completed the majority of those things. Now, there is one thing on my list that I haven't been able to complete yet, and that is my fear of water. And that's what I'm working towards. And once I complete that, I really believe that I have basically completed almost everything that really, really meant something to me, on my list. And I'm talking about, being a counselor. I've been a counselor. I've worked with kids. I've worked with girls. I've worked with boys. I've worked with women. I've worked with men. I've done all of the things that I really, really wanted to do. I wanted to be a counselor and I wanted to preach. And I have done those things. I have accomplished those things with the help of my ancestors and with the help of the Orishas. And I am forever in debt to them for that. I will forever love them because those are experiences that I truly wanted as a child. I wanted to preach. But when I was young, the church when I was young was so male dominated. You didn't see women in the pulpit. And as a child, when you want to do something and you don't see people like you doing it, you wonder, will you ever do it? And when I finally did it, that first sermon, I will never forget. I was so overjoyed. Just when I stood there at the podium after, my pastor introduced me. And you know how when it's your first sermon, they say it's your first sermon. Like my pastor asked, do you want the elders and everybody? Do you want them behind you, or do you want everybody in front of you? Because some people feel more comfortable looking out into the audience and seeing people and being able to connect with certain people that way. I was like, no, I need y'all behind me. I need to know that y'all got my back just in case I can't do this. But I got up there and did it. And I know it's because the Orishas were there with me, even though it was Christianity. I believe they stood there with me because they knew at that time in my life, this was something that I had to complete. I know my ancestors was there because the majority of my ancestors, yeah, they were Christians. So I know they were there. And I believe that the Orishas were there also because they knew that I wanted that. That was something that I wanted to do. That was a desire of my heart. So, yes, they do come forward and help you with the desires of your heart and to complete what you're supposed to do, a part of your destiny, your life purpose. So Margaret says, I want to be strong like you. No, sweetheart, you want to be strong like you. Because it's days when I ain't strong. It's days when I cuss and cry. You know what I mean? I'm just like you. Just like you, sweetheart. I have my days. But I'm 54 years old. So I have, I've been through some things. I ain't no new booty. I done been here a minute. So I've been through a lot of things. And you have to look at the fact that I have over 30 years with the Orishas. Basically 30 years that I've been honoring my ancestors and talking to my ancestors. And when I first got into this religion, my mama was still alive. And my mama has gone on to join the ancestors. So, you know, I think her becoming an ancestor even brought me closer to my ancestors because I never wanted to lose that connection with her. I was so close to my mother, and her transitioning to become an ancestor, at first hurt me so much. But then it brought me closer to my ancestors because I can't lose my connection to my mama. I love her too much. So I'm just like you, sweetie. I'm just trying to, I'm just trying to make it every day. There are days when, I feel like, hell, I missed the mark or I messed up, you know. Sometimes I feel like, I messed up with people when situations like this situation with TJ don't go the way I thought. I start to question myself. Well, was it something that I did, or was it something that I could have done better? I'm human. I'm constantly working on myself. Also, I'm not perfect. I don't want none of y'all to put me on no pedestal because I am just like you. I just have a little bit more time in this religion than you do. But, don't put me above because I make mistakes. And when I make a mistake, I don't want you to be like, see, because I'm human. If I could speak to my 21-year-old self, what would you say? You know what? A lot of people say that they would change certain things or, tell their young selves, not to do certain things. But then if you tell yourself to don't go down a certain road, then you won't have what you have now. Because if I tell my 21-year-old self, don't, Lashana, you too young to get married, don't get married right now, I won't have my grandkids. And I don't want, I can't go back and tell her to don't do that because those things that I did when I was 21 years old made me the person that I am now. I can't see myself without my grandkids or without my children. And if I tell her, the 21-year-old her, to be careful and don't do certain things, then it messes up who I am now. I would just tell her, you know what? Live your life. Don't be afraid of anything. Learn how to swim. Learn how to swim, girl, because we still can't swim, okay? Watch your diet. Watch your diet, because we good now. But when we get 50, we going to have a little bit of extra meat on us. So watch what you eat, girl. But just live your life, sweetheart. Be happy. I'm not about to stop you from doing anything. Nah, live your life, girl. Be out here. Live life. Take hold to life and live it. Do whatever it is you want to do. I don't think I would tell her to change anything because I really don't think that my life was really that bad. I really don't. I can think back and I had a lot of fun in my 20s. Even with a failed marriage, my 20s really wasn't that bad. I don't think I would tell her to change too much because I don't want to change things. I don't want to mess up where I am now. So I don't think I would even tell her to don't change anything, but just, live your life. Girl, be out here. Do whatever it is you want to do. Because it's good. You know what I mean? It's good right now. Even with the bad, the arthritis and asthma and all that shit, dry eyes, fucked up teeth, it's still good. My grandkids love me, my kids love me, my husband love me. He come home from work, he always got a big hug and a kiss for me. For me. When he come home from work, he's looking for me. Hey wife, hey husband. I wouldn't want to change that for nothing. If I could get rid of arthritis, that's probably and asthma. That's the two things that I don't like. I would get rid of that. I probably would be like, you know what? I keep the rest of that shit. But asthma and arthritis, that can go someplace else. Like, bye. What you say? Tina says, wear that midriff. You know what? That is on my list. Is to wear a bikini, a two piece bathing suit, in public because When I was young, y'all know I can't swim. Um, my mother was wanted me to dress extremely modest. So I did grow up, being modest. And, like the kids would be outside getting wet and stuff. And, they would have on their little two pieces or whatever. And I would have on shorts and a tank top. Like my mother wouldn't even let me wear like a tube top or a halter top. None of that stuff. Because she, thought, that was for the fast ass girls, and that's not the, type of daughter that she wanted. So that is on my list to wear a two-piece bathing suit to the beach this year. I'm gonna do it. Thank you, Deborah. I'm gonna do it this year, honey. I didn't already ordered it. I'm gonna show it to y'all when it comes to. I already ordered it from Walmart. I'm waiting for it to come. Okay. So I'm gonna be out here. I don't care what people say because I be at the beach and it be people bigger than me and they be having on their two pieces and stuff. So I'm not about to live my life worrying about my fat arms and cellulite and this other people out here bigger than me living their life. No. So I'm about to be at the beach, honey, with my little two piece. Soon as my little thing come, and I'm gonna be taking some pictures, and I'm gonna post them, cause I follow some thing on Instagram, and I think it's a body positivity hashtag or something on Instagram, and it's heavier set women, and they be having on their two pieces and booty shorts and you know mid drifts and all kind of stuff. So shit, I'm about to be out here with them, girl. Do you hear me? I sure am. I'm not about to be living my life worrying about cellulite. Not in this lifetime. Not in this lifetime, honey. Cellulite is the last thing that I am going to. Renal. Did you get washed into Santeria in the U.S.? I'm going to Cuba to get washed in where Santeria originated. Yeah, I got washed here in the U.S. Not going to Cuba. I mean, I would like to go to Cuba, but I know I ain't going to Cuba no time soon. But yeah, I did get washed here. I got washed into Santeria and Ifa here. I'm going back to see if I missed anybody's questions. Deborah said, I love when you tell a story. Thank you, sweetie. Where am I getting all this mucus from? Where are we at? Okay, y'all, only got about 10 more minutes, so if you have a question, you better try to ask me now because we are getting ready to shut down. I was trying to go back to make sure that I got everybody's um, questions. I don't really see any questions. I mean, I see where people, were posting comments, but I don't really see questions. But to close everything out, everybody, just be careful with your energy. Be careful, what you're giving out to people. Don't give nobody everything of you, other people, because people don't appreciate it any. For one thing, they don't appreciate it anyway. Give to people that appreciate it, because people that appreciate, they're not going to try to take everything from you anyway. They're going to understand, okay, she is human. And I can't keep take from her, and I'm not giving her anything. So be careful what you're giving to people. You know, what type of energy you are allowing in your space, in your home. Be careful with all of that. Clean yourself off daily. You know, if you're not meditating daily, at least take 5 to 10 minutes when you get home from work to decompress, so that what goes on in your day outside the home does not spill over into your children, your spouse, your pets, whatever. Because believe me, your pets pick up energy too. When I'm not feeling well, Gizmo will not leave my sight. He is sticking to me like glue because he knows I'm not feeling well. So they feel your pets are in tune with you. They feel your energy also. So you should be cleaning, cleaning off your energy on a regular basis, because you just don't want that. You don't want all that negativity in your spirit. Honey, Gizmo, I'm surprised he ain't barking because somebody just came through the gate. But yeah, Gizmo is that's my little attack dog. That's my little fuzzy um attack dog. And he feels energy too. When Gizmo was sick, honey, when his little back went out, I was putting the crystals on him. I was giving him little energy cleanses and everything. Kay said exactly. Keep your aura clear of negativity. Okay, good night, sweetie. All right, see you tomorrow. Okay, yeah, email me. I'll get back with you. Rufus! Rufus done fell out. I guess Rufus sleep, child. Rufus done fell. Go on, get your rest, Rufus. Rufus looked like he drunk. He looked like his little glasses is all cooked to the side. Let me leave Rufus alone. Let me get Rufus. Rufus need a little blanket. Because look like everybody sleep. Poor little Rufus, he done had a rough night. Let Rufus sleep. Y'all let Rufus sleep. Rufus like, I'm out, I'm gone. He is out. Do you hear me? Rufus is out. Okay. Okay. Rufus is knocked out, laid back, with his mind on the money and his money on his mind. He sure is, girl. I should take the glasses off, Rufus. So it go to sleep, child. Rufus like, shit, it's 9 o'clock. I'm going to sleep. I ain't gonna bother. They do. They do sleep. But don't they hang? Do they hang when they sleep? Or do they just kind of lay on the branch? Don't they hang, don't they? I saw this little somebody posted a video on Facebook of this little sloth trying to go across the street, and this man stopped the traffic, because you know how they be creeping, and the little sloth, he was just creeping. He was, kind of looking at the people like, oh shit, here goes some people. And the man, gently picked him up and, carried him across the street. And the little sloth, went on slowly up the tree. Like, oh, let me get away from these humans. Uh, yeah, I think they hang too. Like bats, because don't bats sleep upside down? But sloths, they just not exerting a whole lot of energy. Because won't they, sloths, even lay down and eat? It's like, I'm not exerting no energy today. I just don't have it to give. You saw that video when the man picked him up? Yeah. Because the sloth was moving off slow. Because if they had waited until he crossed the, until the sloth crossed the street, it would have been crazy. They'd have been waiting there forever because he was moving hecka slow. I don't know. It's just, I am literally in love with sloths now. I went to, where did we go? Walmart, I think. What is that? Look like a fucking spider web. Now I'm gonna have to check my plant for spider mites. I think that was a spider web. We went to Walmart and I was looking for a sloth. I was looking, they didn't have any. I went to the dollar store, they didn't have any more. But I do want to find him a friend. They said Toys R Us is going to be opening back up again. Did y'all hear that? I hope they do. Yeah, that was super nice um, of him to. Ooh, is that bleeding? Okay, Poodle Poop. You all right? Yeah, somebody said that Toys R Us is going to open up again. I don't know how many, because the one that we used to go to, another store moved in there. So well, we know it ain't coming back to that location because a sporting goods store moved in there. So I'm not really sure, but I hope they do. Yeah, it said that I guess they got some money and they're supposed to be opening up some more stores, which is good. Hopefully, the people that lost their jobs or whatever will be able to, um, maybe they'll be able to go back, or if they haven't already been someplace else or whatever. But yeah. Oh, really? It was Bats in the Lost Boys. I don't remember that movie. Yeah, I ain't never been fond of bats. I don't like the way they look. But I ain't never been fond of sloths either. I used to think they were ugly. Now I think they are so cute. So who knows? But the sloth is definitely um my animal. And if I could sleep a lot, I would too. But I just don't have that. Sleep is just not my ministry. After you get, they think that old people sleep a lot, but they don't. After you get a certain age, you don't sleep as much as you used to. I just can't just be sleep all day. Like I took a nap earlier for like an hour. That's the longest that I will nap. It's probably about an hour. I won't go back to sleep until about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. That's my regular schedule. And then I wake up about 8, 9 o'clock. What is it? Wash, rinse, repeat. Rinse something, repeat. Oh, we started walking again, me and my husband. So we're going to try to walk every morning. Get our little walk on, doing our little exercises. I'm about to do my little hand weight things. I gotta work out these little grandma arms. I don't care. Y'all can talk about my little granny arms if you want to. But yeah, I'm gonna work them out tonight. About to go get my hand weights. Yeah. I agree. I ain't be doing a whole lot of sleeping. So I don't know. I'm finna go, y'all. It's been real. I love you guys so much. I appreciate everybody that shows up here and has a great level of respect for me. And I respect you. And I love you all. And I wish nothing but the best for you. Make sure that you are guarding your spirit when you get off here tonight. Make sure that you take a bath and release everything that don't serve you no purpose. Let it go down the drain of the bathtub thing. Just rinse it all off and let it flow right on. Watch it just go right on down the drain. And don't even think about it no more. Because that's what I'm going to do when I go upstairs. Yeah, but kids sleep more than adults, though. They do. Okay, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but we're going to talk about something. And I hope that this has helped you. And I really hope that, you do this. Hey, as a matter of fact, if you take a picture and tag me on Instagram with your crystal on your third eye. I'm going to see if my husband can take mine or I'll take it some kind of way. Put your crystal on your third eye and tag me on Instagram. On Instagram, we do have a hashtag, and it is hashtag the House of the Black Hearts on Instagram, I think. If you see me, you'll know. If you see me, you'll know it's me. Almost Shun. I'm almost Shun on Instagram, the same that I am here. But I think it's the House of the Black Hearts. And, if you see me, you know that's the right one. Okay? I love you guys. Bye.